Hello and welcome back to my channel. Never filmed a serious video before, ever. In the 11 months that I've had my YouTube channel, there's not like a serious video on my channel, and that's what I'm doing today, and it feels really weird. If you are new here, you might not know about this, but I have mentioned me having to stop running and my back problems a few times on this channel. I have never once gotten into depth at all about this topic. I have always said those two phrases, nothing else to elaborate on that. And this whole video is going to be that. I'm going to be telling the story about what actually my back problems are, telling you what they are because I've never said this, and telling the story of me having to stop running. I'm just gonna get into it because I don't even know what else to say. When I started my food Instagram, all of the posts were about post-run meals, pre-run meals, like post-race, pre-race, talking about PRs, and all the captions were about running. And then all of a sudden one day, I just stopped posting about it. And to this day, I still get asked about it all the time because I've never addressed it. So here's why, if you're wondering, and I hope that I can answer everyone's questions about this. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to cry in this video. I can't make any promises though. I put on Instagram to send in questions that you have, and a few of the girls from my team replied, not even with questions, just saying something to me, and my eyes started watering just by that. So I'm gonna try my best, and we're gonna hopefully not cry. I'm gonna kind of tell the story of how I got into running and everything, because I think that'll be helpful. So starting out, I have always felt pain in my back, not often, very rare. Ever since I was very, very young, it would be mainly in long car rides. My back would hurt, and I always thought it was really weird because I was like 7 years old with back pain. But it was maybe a few times a year that it really hurt just because it was on long car drives mainly, and I was never diagnosed because it didn't affect my life. Like, I had some pain here and there, but it was very, very rare, so didn't feel any need to go to the doctor. I played soccer most of my life, and then once I got to middle school, I decided to try out for the track team, and I made it in 6th grade. There were only 4 or 5 girls maybe from 6th grade that made the team, so I was really proud of myself. Even though I was running track 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, in middle school, we hardly ran anything. Yeah, I ran in middle school, but like soccer was my sport. Everyone knew me as someone that played soccer. Just I played soccer. That was who I was pretty much. And then in 7th and 8th grade, I found myself being more excited for track practice than soccer practice, which I thought was weird, but I still was like, no, soccer is just, that's what I do. So I got to high school and I was going to do soccer. You know how they have like club fairs to go find out what club you want to join? They basically had that for incoming freshmen at my school for sports. You would go, I believe it was the first day of summer, right before freshman year, and all the sports would have like setups, and you would go up, you can talk to the coaches, you can talk to people on the team and get information about it. And I went to this day with all of my soccer friends, and I knew I was going to do soccer. That's just what I was going to do. And then a bell would ring and you would go into each class to learn about the sport. I was doing soccer, and then all of a sudden the bell rang, and walking towards soccer, changed my mind. I said I was going to do cross country. It was really random. Going to that day, I thought I was going to do soccer. Coming out, I was doing cross country. So I started cross country, and in my middle school time, I had ran a few 5Ks, and my time was like 33 minutes. So, like I was okay at running. My mile time was 6:31. Like, I was okay. Went into cross country, I was like one of the worst people on the team. I think I was second to last, third to last, every single practice race. I was not very good. And before I get into talking about my personal times, because that was a question that many people asked, I want to say that people have different times for them. And what I mean is that if I call a time bad, it means that it was bad for me and like the potential that I ended up having. If you have that time and I call it bad, I'm not saying that you were a bad runner, because each person improves at their own time and each person is on their own journey and everything in life. So you may think that the times that I say are bad are very good, and the times that I am proud of myself for getting, you might think are bad if you're way above. So just know that times are subjective based around the experience that you have. I don't know. So please don't feel bad if I say a time that you think is bad, and don't come at me if the time that I'm proud of myself you think is fairly slow, because it just all depends on the people. We didn't do 5Ks. My district, we would run 3-mile races, which is just under a 5K, but it's a tiny, tiny bit shorter. And my time in freshman year was 24:26, my PR, best of the whole season. That is not very good for a 3-mile race. But I still really loved running. I wanted to track, and I found myself running races in track with people that were in a higher group than me in practice. So I would be practicing with the group that wasn't as fast as me in races and running with a faster group in races. This is a tip for anyone. If you are trying to improve running, don't limit yourself to a certain group that you want to run with, because if you start running with a higher group, you might not be able to stay with them for the whole practice. You might start falling off on like your workouts, but stay with them for as long as you can, because then eventually you'll get up with them. And that's what happened with me throughout track season. I got a lot better. I went down from a 6:31 mile to a 5:51, which is very good. And then we got into summer, and I found out that I was on varsity. So I went from the very bottom of the freshman team to the top of varsity. It was weird in 1 year. So I went through this summer, and now it was time to start cross country season as a much better runner. And now going on varsity, I was practicing 4 to 5 times a week, running so much. We would run an average of maybe like 6 miles, 7 miles a day. And I mean, it's kind of hard to keep track of that, because sometimes we would do different workouts that we didn't just do like a 6-mile run every single day. Like sometimes we would do track workouts or just different types of runs. I was running a lot, and we went through cross country season. I started it out, and I said that my end of the season goal is 22 minutes. That would be a 2-minute 30-second improvement, which is really good in 1 year. I ended up making that in September, and the season doesn't end until like November. So I finished my goal very quickly. I didn't even know what to set for myself at this point, because I was improving so much every single week. It was crazy. I ended up finishing the year with a 19:18. I was so proud of myself. I went from a 24:26 3-mile to a 19:18 3-mile in 1 year. That is over 5 minutes down. I don't know how I did that, but I did, and I got most improved, and I got a plaque from the coaches, and that was really cool. As much as I did love cross country, I was so excited for track because I liked it even more. And before league finals, the week before I PR'd, I started to feel kind of a weird pain in my hip, but I didn't tell anyone because it wasn't that bad, and I knew that I was going to do anything I could to race that last week, and I was not going to let that stop me. So I still ran, I PR'd, then we had one more CIF race, and that was the end of the season. We had 2 weeks off before we started track again, and in those 2 weeks I felt no pain. My pain was gone, so I thought it was good. We had a couple weeks back, and we had our very first preseason track meet, and I ran the 2-mile. The year before, my 2-mile was in the 14s. And I set my goal for the end of this year to be 12 flat, and I ended up getting 12:42 in that race, so I improved a lot from the past year. I still had a long way to go to get to 12, but I feel like I could have done it because that was only with 2 weeks of training. Then we came back, I ran a week, we were starting track training, and I started to feel the pain in my hip again. And I realized if it's coming back, then I need to take a break. So I told my coaches, and I started to take a break. I think I took a week off with like light running. While everyone else would go run around outside of the school at practice, I would stay at the school and just do a few laps on the track, stretch, and do some exercises. And I did that for about a week. It was not getting better, so I went to go get an x-ray, and so we got both the MRI and x-ray done, and I was kind of just waiting for the results, still running and doing the same thing at the school. And then I decided that I wanted to try to do a week of workouts with my team again because I started to feel better. I did about 3 days of workouts, and I was feeling okay. Could not finish the 4th day of workouts. I had to stop halfway through. I could not finish it. I had to walk all the way back to school. I got my x-ray, as you can see it's right here, and I was diagnosed with scoliosis, which wasn't a surprising thing. I'm really not going to talk about scoliosis anymore in this video because it's not the problem. I have 14 degrees curve in my spine, which is mild. Anything under 20 degrees is mild. So I have had scoliosis my whole life. I have ran with scoliosis my whole life. So people commenting on my videos saying that I'm taking things too seriously because I stopped running with scoliosis, you did not know the full story at all. I have never explained the full story. So you cannot tell me that I stopped running because of scoliosis, because that is the furthest thing from the truth. I had been running with scoliosis my whole life. Then we got the MRI back. The doctor said that I have degenerative disc disease, which I did not know what that was before I was diagnosed, and I did not even care to ask. The first thing I asked the doctor was, can I run? A split second after I asked that, he said no. It was not any hesitation. There was no way I would be running again. And that is because degenerative disc disease is in between each vertebrae of your spine. You have a disc, and it is full with liquid, and it stops the vertebrae in your spine from touching each other because bones should not touch like that. And mine are breaking. They're leaking, and so they're getting smaller and smaller, and the bones are getting closer and closer together, and every single day it just gets worse. If you're wondering what exactly caused the degenerative disc disease, it is a combination of me having scoliosis, which is I was born with this, that's just what I had, and running so much. I was running, I don't even know, 5 to 10 miles a day. The highest I ever got to was 10. 5 to 6 days a week. That is so much running. If I just had scoliosis, never was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease, that would be perfectly fine. I would still be running because I would have just been running the way I was my whole life with scoliosis. And what makes it even worse is running. So I knew that last meet that I ran was the last time. Oh my god, no, I don't want to cry. That was last, oh no, stop. Okay. Oh my god. I did not want to do this. I had a pep talk with myself so much that I was not going to cry. I knew I wasn't going to run again. There's no way to cure degenerative disc disease. It just gets worse and worse throughout your life. That sounds like really harsh, but it's the truth. Degenerative disc disease is like sort of common for people the ages of 50 and 60. Not diagnosed at 15. I have moderate degenerative disc disease for a male of age 40. I am a female. At 15, I was diagnosed. Now I'm 16, but that means that I have pretty severe for a 15-year-old. To show you how excited I was for track season, I had my goals written on a piece of paper posted all over my room. I had it written on my mirror, so every day when I got ready, I would see my goals. I had them set as my phone lock screen and on a bulletin board in my room. My goals for the season that I was hoping to hit so badly, I wanted to hit a 5:35 mile. That is mainly because the boys on the team had to hit 5:40 in order to make the team. Girls had to get 6:40 in order to make the team. I want to be able to say that I made the boys team, so I wanted 5:35 as my goal, and I know I could have done it. That's what makes me the most sad is pretty much the rest of the school year, that last like 4 months school year, is the worst time of my life. That sounds like an exaggeration. It was not. Oh, I don't want to cry anymore. Stop it. So my school, the way they did it is that if you did a sport, it took over your PE credit. The last period of every day was my sport, and I would go to track practice instead of like going to PE. And that was my classes. We had block schedules, so they were an hour and a half long. And for the rest of the year, even though I had a medical reason of why I could not participate in the sport or even do PE, I could not do PE. I had to sit in the library alone for an hour and a half every single day. My school would not let me leave school to go home. They would make me sit in the library for an hour and a half each day. I tried to get out of that and there was nothing I could do. The library, I don't know what was up with my school in the library. It would have been cool if I could sit in there and do my work. I could not do any work because people would play music through speakers in the library. They would throw things across the room. People were vaping in between the bookshelves. People were talking louder than I am talking right now. Big conversations in the library, and it just, nobody seemed to care. I could not get any work done, so I just sat there for an hour and a half alone every single day. Then when the official track season started, Okay, so if you went to school with me, you probably had no idea that I don't even know what to say. I was so sad every single day. Every single day at school, I hated to go. I dreaded school every single day. I'm not gonna go into detail about all of it and the reasons why. It had nothing to do with the actual academic part. But the only part that made me super happy was running. Taking running away from me made every single school day horrible because I wouldn't enjoy the school period. Then I would go to running and it would be fun. I can come home and it was fine. Now I just didn't get that. Over that month that my back just got so much worse. My back went from hurting very rarely to every single day. School, pain-wise, was horrible for my back. Our classes were an hour and a half long. I could not just get up and stretch if I needed to in class. And I lived a mile from my school. I would have to walk home every day with my backpack. And my backpack was so heavy, I would carry multiple thick textbooks with me in my backpack because my school did not have enough for some classes to have them in the classroom and at home. I would have to bring them back and forth to and from school every single day. I would start crying on the way home because it hurt so bad. I do not cry over nothing. It hurt so badly. I did not have my license. I could not drive myself. And my parents would be at work, so I had no other option. So the worst part of the last 4 months of school, track season started. The first meet came and I wanted to go just to watch and to support the team. I went and it was not fun. I wanted to be as happy as I could because my friends were running and I wanted to cheer them on. Right when I left halfway through that meet, I made up an excuse of why I had to leave because I did not want to stay any longer. So for the rest of the year, all the other track meets, if you're watching this and you're from my team, nobody knows this, but I made up an excuse for every single meet of why I couldn't go because I knew that I couldn't handle it and I did not want to go. I mean, I wanted to go to support my team, but I did not want to go because I knew that I couldn't run. You know, I'm gonna answer some of your questions. What can't I do? Like, what are sports that I'm just not allowed to do? I'm gonna tell you what I can do. The doctor approved me to do 4 things only. I can do yoga, Pilates, swimming, and cycling, and that is it. I can do a few different like little workouts. Like I can do planks and push-ups and sit-up. I can't do anything lifting weights, like holding it this way or like deadlifts. Obviously I was gonna do that anyways because I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. So I do yoga and Pilates. I do Pilates 2 times a week, and then I only do hot yoga, and I do that 1 to 3 times a week. I like it. I enjoy going. Like when I left running, like when I left my practice or a race, I would always just be thinking about the next race and how I was gonna PR and how I was gonna get better and what I was gonna do to improve and what could I do to improve. And with yoga and Pilates, I go to yoga and I go to Pilates and I don't think about it until I go to my next workout. I got questions like, how did it change my overall life, just like big picture, and what does it change my everyday, like day-to-day life? Overall, I'm now doing online school. I could not carry my backpack to and from school. There was nothing I could do to solve that, and with chairs that they had were horrible, and I would be sitting for an hour and a half, get up for like a 5-minute passing period, and then go sit down for another hour and a half. I now, when I do online school, I work for maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Actually, I don't really time it. I don't know how long it actually is, but that's just like a guess. And then I'll lay down with my back on my bed, looking straight up in the ceiling for anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll get back to work just to rest my back because I have. Oh yeah, and whenever that happens, I always have to crack my back because my back cracks so much. I hardly twist my torso. So overall life, obviously I stopped running, I started yoga, I started Pilates, and now I'm doing online school. Day-to-day life, I feel pain every single day. I feel pain no matter what I do. I could be at home the entire day and my back still hurts. I use this CBD lotion to put on my back every day, and I don't really know how much it helps. I might try to switch to oral CBD next time. Part of me thinks that if it's oral, it'll like absorb my body quicker and it would work. But then I also see this lotion and I think, well, I can put it directly on the part of my back that hurts. Standing straight up for any more than 15 minutes hurts. And that is a normal thing you have to do in life. Stand up for more than 15 minutes. Wow. Yeah, I can't do that. It hurts so. I mean, I can, but I'm just in so much pain. I can't carry anything. Like, I have to be very careful. Even just like carrying groceries in from the car, I can't do that much. I went to one of our team's cross-country meets over the fall just because I wanted to see everyone, and I went to go watch. And some of the girls I still do hang out with outside of just like me not being on the team anymore. A lot of people I still haven't seen, so I went back to go like cheer everyone on. And okay, you're gonna climb on the couch right behind me. So I sat down and with like a few of my old teammates that were about to run, and I was wishing them good luck because they were all sitting down like before they went to go warm up, and then they just started talking about how much they wish they didn't have to race and they would do anything to get out of it without even thinking about the fact that I had to stop. And then I just got up and left the circle because I couldn't listen to that. Them talking about how they would do anything to get out of racing. I would do anything to be in their shoes. Now I'm going to talk about at least one happy thing. As much as I'm so upset about having no say in me quitting running, I was able to start YouTube because of it. I have a video coming out about that in a couple weeks, all about, you're gonna have to see, but it's a lot about YouTube. I started my YouTube channel a week and a half after I stopped running because I needed something to do with my time, and I'm not doing YouTube because I needed something to do with my time. I have you're gonna hear more about that in the next video coming up. Not the next one. I think there's going to be a couple in between it, but one of my upcoming videos, you'll know what it is because it's all about you. I have created so many channels in the past, deleted them all. That whole story will be in that video. Free time after running. With running, there's no way I could have ever done the YouTube channel and like worked as hard as I am now. I now have 30,000+ people watching me on here, which is so crazy. I don't know why I cannot get over this because it's been a year and there's nothing I can do about it. There's not a single thing I can do. Like, no matter how much I wish. Oh, and I don't want this video. Oh no. I don't want this video to seem like trying to get pity because I'm not. I'm really not. I told myself I was not gonna cry. I have been thinking about this video for the past 2 weeks and every single day I'm like, oh, you're not gonna cry. You know you're not gonna cry. You're doing everything not to cry. Well, as we all know, that did not work out. Oh wow. I went really quick from super fun videos that are very lighthearted to crying for 45 minutes on camera. I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry. I don't know, I just thought I would share it because, I mean, I'm sharing my life online, obviously, not all of it, but parts of it, and this is a big part of it. I hope that you like this video. I don't even know, I feel weird saying that. I don't know. If you are new, my channel recently just grew a lot in this past month, which thank you, it means so much to me. This is not normally my videos. Please don't think it's normally my videos because it is not. Thank you for watching. If you stay to the end, I am so surprised. Wow, I love you so much if you stay to the end. This is why I don't want my channel to be sad, because I don't want to make people sad. I want my channel to be a happy place. People can go and just watch fun videos. That didn't happen today, but I guess that it shows that not everyone's life is perfect, and I have people comment bad about my life. They just want my life and think it's so perfect, and trust me, it's not, and nobody's life is perfect, so please don't think that, because not everyone shares everything online. So remember that, and I will see you all in my next video.